everyone to the World of Avatar panel. Obviously, talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra. Who's ready?
All right, so I'm going to just lay down some rules so that we can keep this civilized, very demure. All right, so rule one, we're not going to talk down to anyone. We're going to be respectful to our fellow panelists and to our fellow audience members. So we don't want to interrupt or anything. No shipping wars. We will not be discussing shipping in any capacity. No shipping. Everyone needs to be nice. We need to be peaceful. We want to have good times and good vibes. Good times and good vibes. Channel your inner nomad. Yeah.
All right. Shall we? Okay, so we'll start off with some intros. My name is Tia, and I am obviously Katara today. And I discovered Avatar when I was 9 years old through the Tokyo Pop manga pop series at Indigo. And then I fell into the rabbit hole because of the commercials, the I Gotta Go Pee commercials on YTV. And that was the beginning of the end for me. I became unbelievably obsessed, and to this day I am still obsessed almost 10 years later. So yeah.
I am Laura. I am also Alpha. I am Earth Nation. I discovered it when I first came to Canada. It was one of the first shows I ever saw, and it was amazing. I fell in love with it right away. I used to like race home to watch it. And yeah, I just really loved seeing such a cool show on, and now I'm happy to be here.
Hi, my name is Solange. I discovered Avatar when I was 3 years old, when I went to bother my aunt about what she was watching. And I've been obsessed with it ever since. I grew up with it and understood it more. And my element is water. I'm from the water tribe.
Hello, my name is Natty. I'm not cosplaying as a paramedic. I'm actually working here. I'm on break. Okay. But yeah, my element is Earth. I fell in love with Avatar with my best friend sitting in the second row, Joe Ben. We used to watch it on YTV 7:30 right before Naruto used to come on and right after. And after just watching it consistently, I got a video game on PlayStation 2 that had nothing to do with the original storyline. I don't know what that game was, but ever since then I was in love, and I met these beautiful people at Anime North, and now I'm here at Fan Expo for the first time. It's beautiful.
Yes.
So speaking of nations, we wanted to kind of see what kind of nations we got out there in the crowd. So I'm gonna put up a big flag of the nation, and if that is you, I want you to give me a big woo, or just raise your hand. Yeah. So first, we are going to have our first avatar, the Air Nation. Woo!
We got one in the building.
That is because he is the avatar. He's the last airbender.
The Last Airbender, literally.
Okay.
All right. Next, unfortunately, we have no representation of this nation on this panel, but we still love it dearly. The Fire Nation!
Yeah! There are good people in the Fire Nation.
All right. And now, we have the second avatar after Aang. We have the Water Tribe! And the last, but certainly not the least, are...
Come on.
You got it.
Come on, Bolin.
Awesome. And now I would like to do kind of just shout it out what your favorite episode of Avatar is. It can be Legend of Korra, it can be Avatar, The Last Airbender, whatever it is. So I guess we'll do a countdown maybe, and we'll just shout it out. So 1, 2, 3.
The beach! Korra alone. Emperor Island players, Zuko alone. I don't know, all of them.
And there's not a wrong answer, but there might be one I might give a score for a look at. But what is your favorite animal from the world of Avatar? We're gonna shout it out. All right, in 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
You know.
All right. I didn't hear Appa enough.
Boo boo, cuddly boobs.
Just kidding. All right. Next, I really wanted to talk about how we are super lucky to have suddenly a lot of new fans. It's super hot. Hard to hear you guys. Sorry. So we saw that there were suddenly a lot of new fans coming in during 2020 when it got put on Netflix. I know that for a lot of us, we started a lot earlier, like when the show originally first started, and we have talked about it so many times how it was super hard to find either fellow fans or it was hard to find like merch. It was just like, it was very sparse, sparse to see. And so we were really excited, or I was really excited to see that suddenly there was a lot of new fans and kind of what that meant. I know that they also just recently-ish released the original Avatar series to Netflix, the live action. And I want to say that why it's really important, or why it was important and why it's still really important, was the biggest thing about Avatar and Legend of Korra was the representation in so many different ways. Like seeing it when I was 11, I didn't see other shows that had that kind of representation. Not just people of color, but like seeing so many different disabilities and not in just such a like normal everyday way, and so many powerful, really smart characters. Toph being, you know, the phenomenal Toph Melon Lord she is. Like Tio and like so many of them, how some of them like use their bending and then like kind of like put them together, you know, making inventions or whatever it is. And also, like I was saying, the representation of the mental illnesses was really nice to see. Just like, it was very real, and I think it's very important for kids to see that in a kid-friendly way, because it's a real thing that a lot of people encounter all the time. So just deep and relevant topics. And I think that now with the new fans, there's a lot more shows that touch base on that, and so I'm kind of interested to see, one, can I have a show of hands of like who's a newer fan? Like who just started liking it?
In 2020-ish, like whatever.
Now.
Okay, we've got
we
some.
love you guys.
Okay, don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. We are so excited that there was new fans. I'm a teacher and I am super excited to share it with my students. I'm super excited that to kind of see it, and I think that it does stand out, even though there is a lot more shows now with representation. I still think that it stands on its own, and that it kind of stood the test of time. I think my panelists would agree that like it kind of still, I've rewatched it and it's still just as good. So that was good. And also it's really nice to see both now and also at other cons, like Natty was saying, like meeting new people and like seeing so many more cosplayers for the show has been so great. Seeing people doing adaptations, seeing like a lot more in Etsy's and stores, like not just merch in the mainstream, but like also in Etsy and all these things. So that's really great to see.
Yeah. So wait, how did the new fans, how did you come across Avatar?
Yeah.
Anyone want to share?
Does anyone want to share?
Yeah, come here. Come to the mic.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be shy. This is audience participation. Everyone's talking here.
I heard about it, I don't remember where, but I heard about it somewhere. And then I remember my friends watching a music video, an animated music video with some of the characters in it. Don't remember what song it was, but it was an animated music video. I'm like, that looks pretty interesting. Then I just was scrolling on Netflix one day and I saw it. I'm like, oh, I'll watch it. And then I really, really liked it.
That's
Nice, awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Come up and you can get a token from whatever nation you want.
Do you want a token?
Yeah, take a token. Thanks for sharing.
For sure, thanks for sharing.
Anyone else have a story?
Does anyone else, or even an old fan?
Yeah, any OG fans? Okay, you in the hat, come on.
Come on.
And you come up next, okay?
And take a token.
Give a clap. Yes.
It was actually this summer
Oh, wow.
at my grandmother's house, and we were trying to figure out what to watch. And my sister told me it was actually here at the back.
Hey. Give up to the sister.
She told me I'd really like it, and I watched it and I really like it.
Aww. Did you finish all the seasons? Oh my gosh, good for you. That is some dedication. Yeah, pick a token. And all right, yes.
Come on in. Right there, I see you.
This is gonna make me sound really old, but I remember when it premiered, I was like 9.
Yes, it's that age.
Yeah. I remember my parents took me out to like a family pizza night. It was a Friday, I believe. And I remember sitting in the pizza place and I was like, if we don't get back for the premiere, I'm gonna throw a fit. I needed to see it. I was so desperate, but yeah, kind of have just rewatched it again and again and again. I just think it becomes more relevant politically as well.
Yes.
I'm a teacher too, and I showed it in like, my socials class, and like the kids love it. It helps you understand the world. Anyway, I'll stop talking.
Yeah. No, amazing. Wow, amazing. Okay, we'll take the last 4 and then we'll move on. There you go.
Thank you. So I'm somewhere in the middle. I think I first watched it maybe about 10 years ago, like not when it first came out, but not with the new search. So I had actually seen the movie that we will not talk about.
Oh yeah, it doesn't exist.
It was on TV before I'd seen the series. So I was actually at my friend's house.
No.
And I mentioned, we ended up talking about Avatar, and I ended up saying something like, oh, well, I don't think it was that bad. And she looks at me in absolute horror, runs upstairs to her room, grabs the box set of season 1, comes back, thrusts it in my hand, and says, come back for season 2 when you're done.
Yeah. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
A couple weeks later, I did, and I was like, yeah, you were right. Yeah.
Yep.
And from there, it just took off, you know?
Yeah.
Seen the whole series, still love it. Introduced it to my brother.
Aww.
You know, we've been meaning to binge watch it again sometime. So we do so. That's my story.
I love it. Avatar brings people together. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so I'm the friend.
Yeah. Doing your job.
And I am actually one of the OG fans that watched it when it first came out.
Hey.
We saw like the very first episode when it legit came out on Nickelodeon back in the day. And I, of course, because I liked it so much, got the box sets, got the original box sets. They're old now.
Yeah.
They're still good. I catch, and everybody in my family watches it. I still catch my mom watching it on TV whenever it pops up. Because it's still on TV. And it's honestly, we liked it a lot just with the characters, especially when Toph was kind of introduced, because we've got family with disabilities.
Yep.
I've got disabilities, my brothers have disabilities, and it's just being treated like a person, not giving a crap about the fact, like, she can't see, but she's still cool.
She's the strongest airbender in the entire world, forever and ever.
From the introduction of her, it was like, oh, by the way, she is like phenomenal. She's beating like adults right away. It was not even like, I loved that it wasn't a pity story. Like it was totally like she's one of the strongest, and then she's like training the Avatar himself.
And there was the other, I'm forgetting his name, there's another character, he's in a wheelchair. Teo, he's flying around, and I'm like, holy crap, they're not judging him for the fact that he can't walk.
And they're not held back by it.
Yeah, no,
at all.
just, I thought like that was like my aspect of just like, okay, this show is great.
Yeah.
Like, it was already good, but that just elevated it.
Of course.
Yeah. So
thanks for sharing. That's so good. Thank you. There you go.
so then I just, I'm
I started watching Avatar.
I'm in Aries, so.
Don't be shy.
I started watching Avatar when I was a kid with my family, and I was just like, yeah, this is a really cute show. And then I grew up, and it came out on Netflix, and I was like, oh, I remember this show. Let me watch it again, because I rewatched everything.
Same.
I was like, this is so banger. This is so good.
Yeah.
And now I've watched it like 10 times. I just keep watching it on repeat.
As you should. It's a comfort show.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
I'm a slightly older fan. I actually found out about it because I have an older brother. He's 11 years older than me. So anything like shows, movies, games, anything that was very relevant at the time, he's like, you have to watch or play this, or we're not siblings anymore. And this was one of those things. He's like, just watch one episode. You can reveal. I'm like, okay, fine. So I watched one episode, and then I watched the entire thing with him. So that's just how I found out about it. But yeah, and also here's one of my friends who's like, this is elementary school. So I remember she was really into it.
Thank you for sharing. Give a clap, everyone. Yes. Yep.
The like force for younger siblings.
That's literally, I did the same. Yeah, I did to like half my family.
And
It's like,
then
you're
now
watching
my
it.
sister will like correct me on stuff, and she'll be like, "Really?" Like, whatever it is, it's great.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, y'all. It's only a matter of time. Netflix live action, right?
Let's get into it.
Before I say anything.
Who's seen it?
Yeah, just put your hand up if you've seen it. Okay, that's nice.
That's like the
nice.
majority.
I'm not gonna do no spoilers.
Okay. I mean, we've seen the show.
Right, yeah, you're right.
If you've seen the original.
Put your hand up if you liked it.
Okay, that's a majority.
What's up with the hands going up midway? Like, what is that?
It's like undecided. Like, I need a second watch. You know, like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put your hand up if you
Yeah, that's me
straight
too.
up don't like it at all. No chance.
Like it was like vomit-worthy, puke-inducing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put your hand up proudly.
Yeah, loud and proud. You're definitely talking. You gotta defend your point.
I don't even know where to begin. Here's my thing, okay? And I don't know why they gave it. I shouldn't have had this topic realistically. This needs its own.
I have a timer for you.
You're gonna have to put
Okay.
a timer on. Here's my thing, okay? We'll make it very short and sweet as best as possible. If you didn't watch the cartoon and you're just watching the live action, you're probably thinking, "Wow, this is great. This is amazing.
Cinema.
The VFX, like this is great quality stuff." But if you're a true fan,
Oh God, this is a hot take.
If you're a true fan and you watch the cartoon, that is a disgrace.
Oh my gosh.
I'm joking.
I thought we were being nice.
Sorry, you're right. Sorry. It's rough, man. Like, you know, first of all,
It's rough, buddy.
it said book 1. So I'm here thinking, all right. So sorry, just one spoiler. He doesn't waterbend the entire book. Not even the water whip. I don't even think he drinks water in the show. What are we doing here? So we're announcing book 2 and 3. Wait. Is he gonna learn it? When? How are we, like, I don't, it doesn't make sense. And then the writers are like, you know what? We're gonna take the sexism away from soccer.
Oh gosh.
That's what we're gonna do.
Gosh.
We're gonna take it, strip it away.
All his
What?
character development.
All of the characters gone.
God.
So how does he overcome to anything to be the great warrior he is that we know and love in season 2 and 3? How? We don't. Exactly.
I mean, he had some humor. You know, he had.
He had the soccer humor, and I do think that it's going to cause ripple effects because I was talking about it, that it's going to cause ripple effects in the other characters that it impacts, like Katara and everyone.
Oh, yeah.
It amplifies those other characters because he's a good misogynist.
Yeah.
It's because and it is very relevant because he's from a small village. Because it's relevant because, like what I was saying, I'm just going to keep it moving. But it's so relevant because those things are here. The misogynist, the racism, it is here. So to pretend that it doesn't exist, that's not how you get new fans, or that's not how you kind of shape it. That's how that character is shaped. And I love Sokka, but yeah, I was really disappointed to see it released.
Yeah, and now, like, the only thing that I will not say I dislike is the fact that the actors, they casted them really good. I think Zuko was 10 out of 10. They nailed him. Zuko and I. Hello?
I have mixed opinions, but it's okay.
See, that's what I mean. It's all panel. But no, I think they definitely, like, Zuko's character is like, and even, you know, Fire Lord Ozai, like, the whole Fire. Azula.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
She's a cute girl, but she's cute. That's the issue. Yeah, she's not.
But no, I would say the best takeaway from the Netflix is the fact that the actors like nailed Zuko and Iroh head on. That was perfect. And you know, God willing, in season 2 and 3, as it has been announced, that they do better, man.
Just do better.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we gotta hear from you guys. What are your thoughts? Okay, you. You were very confidently putting your hand up that you like the show. So we gotta hear from you. State your case, sir.
Yeah.
State your case.
Whoever wants to come up.
You know what? No. We can learn something, right? Okay. Whoever wants to volunteer. Okay.
Oh, you only saw the first episode? I feel you.
It all makes sense now.
Oh, then come. Yeah, you can have.
Yeah, come here.
Why not?
Come here, please.
There's no.
Okay. Anyone else have an opinion? Just line up. Let's get this. Yes. This is gonna be fun.
We're not gonna send this to the writers or anything.
And when everyone's done talking, make sure to clap because this is bravery.
So I haven't seen the new live action show, mainly just because, I haven't seen the new live action show, mainly because when the movie came out and we saw the trailer for that, my family all collectively agreed we are never going to my family collectively agreed we are never going to go watch it.
Oh.
Because it was the earthbending scene.
Oh.
Yeah. I know. No. And when
let's not remember that.
I saw like the trailers for it, I was a little about it. I'm just like, why are they remaking a thing that already exists? That's totally fine. If you want to expand on it, make more animated shows, which I have heard they are doing.
Which we will get into.
But I'm just like, you don't have to remake what's already been made, and it's really, really great. If you want, you can remaster it, make it look high definition, do stuff like that. You're on Netflix.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think what bugged me was one, Zuko's scar. The actor I've been told is really good, but the scar, like, you have all the money.
It's not realistic at all.
Yeah.
It's giving pretty boy.
Yeah.
It's just
black eye.
It looks a little bit better than the movie. But actually, no. The movie looked a little
I think
bit,
so.
The movie looked better, actually, than the show. And I'm just like, you're spending how many millions of dollars on this? Costumes, I'm just, again, I think they look pretty good, but it's just, again, with the sexism I heard about Wasaka, that immediately made me like, I don't even think I want to go see this if they're changing a crucial part of a character.
No, my sister won't watch it, and she has been convincing my mom, so we're like pulling on who's gonna watch it. I'm like, you gotta watch it just to have an opinion.
I mean, I do want to I may check out the first episode because I'm curious as to how the iceberg scene goes.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it goes.
Is it bad?
You know what? Just watch it. You watch it. Okay. Come back next year. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take air now.
All right. We'll cap it at the survey corpse dude.
Honestly, knowing Netflix, it could have been a Death Note. Like, as long as you can get new fans, can you really be that mad?
Okay.
That's why we're so excited for new fans, right?
Yeah, we are.
Being open to that, like, they're gonna have different opinions, different generation, it's different people, as Natty was saying. Like, if you haven't seen the cartoon and you watch the live action first and then the cartoon, like, I think if you view it separately, probably more likely to like it.
6 months apart.
6 months?
Yeah.
Maybe a year?
Maybe a year.
Maybe.
Thank you for sharing.
I want to talk about the past avatars. The way they did Korra, his story, that was good. They introduced his story and all that. But the way they did Roku, his personality was not the same. It was too hard on Aang. In the cartoon, he liked him. And the way they had Kyoshi take over him and use his body, that was.
I mean, actually, I kind of enjoyed that scene. It was weird. Yeah, she possessed him.
It's happened in the show.
It has. It has happened in the show.
I think
it was only Roku, that's the thing.
Well, Korra did take.
She kind of did in book 2.
Korra. We started Korra. Sorry, gosh, Kyoshi did take over Aang's body in the Avatar Day episode in season 2, so it has happened. But seeing it live is kind of like uncanny valley. Like, it's weird.
I mean, she blasted off like a rocket too. It was a rocket.
Thanks for sharing. Alright. I love your cosplay. So nice.
My dad was the first one who introduced us to it. I watched the movie that won't be named.
Yeah.
So he watched the
It doesn't exist.
he watched the live action together, and then I'm like, wait, just wait. Then I showed him the cartoon, and he was like, oh.
Yeah.
He was disappointed too.
Yeah.
I grew up watching Legend of Korra, and then he introduced us to redacted.
I love when I hear people say they saw Korra before Avatar. Because it's like I know someone who they learned English just watching Korra. And then they're like, Avatar exists? What?
That's also a different new viewership. It's almost like we've had 3 influx.
Yeah, the multi-generation, which is so exciting for the future too.
I personally feel like they did a character assassination on Aang in the live action.
Yeah, come sit on the panel.
Yeah, man.
Like, I feel like they took away his goofiness, or in the entire show, the show was way too serious.
He's too serious.
Yeah, it was way too serious. I also hate how they ruined Sokka and Suki's dynamic.
Preach, brother.
Right?
That's because of the misogyny. Yeah. The whole thing is that she doesn't like him.
Yeah, and then they fall in love after, but then they like each other from the beginning, and like or like, if I remember well, she doesn't like him for no reason, so it's kind of like, you know? And also Aang's tattoos were really not good, in my opinion.
Wow. There's a lot of, I'm waiting for some more positivity, but there's a lot of, I can see that we're all kind of on the same boat. Is anyone here going to talk about Katara? Just, okay. I had a feeling, so I'm gonna let you.
But I don't know.
I think we may have the same opinion, but let's see. We'll get to that.
Okay, so I actually am in the camp of people who like the show. And
Okay.
I watched the animated show.
Good for you.
So I know it's a lot better.
Okay.
But yeah, one thing. I thought that it was if you acknowledge the fact that the original show will probably never be improved upon, then on its own it was okay. Yeah. You guys kind of mentioned it earlier, but if there had never been the animated show, people would be like, "Oh, this is pretty cool," honestly.
Yeah.
So
I think they view it separately.
yeah, on those merits, it's pretty good. Like, it's a competent show. I will say though that like Aang, he had that moment where he's like, "Oh, I'm just a goofy kid," or something. Like, he's just saying it, and then they don't like ever actually have him act in that way. So he's kind of like betraying. It was kind of a theme where he was betraying what he said he was with like his actions. So that was a bit disconcerting, but I liked it overall.
Nice. Thank you for sharing.
We need a balance.
Yes. So, sorry, for the next few people, we'll just make it really, really quick. Okay? All right. Bring it close. Closer. Mike. Round of applause. Woo! Let's go.
I like the show, the Avatar, the Last Airbender. It's really good, but there's a lot of like some attitude like going on, like so much rage or something. The season 2 that I like to watch is like the blind
The Blind Bandit.
Yeah, she's the greatest of all time.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Thanks for sharing. All right.
So I think for the live action, there's 2 things you need to consider. The first thing is it wasn't made for kids, it was made for us.
Yeah,
it was
that's
made
true.
for the people who watched it as kids and have now grown up. So that is why it's kind of darker.
That's fair.
The second thing is, you have to view it as its own show. Like, you can't have comparisons. After I watched the first episode, I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this if I just am comparing back and forth.
That's true.
I'm going to be exactly like you.
Yeah.
So I watched them separately. Yes, they assassinated some characters, especially Sokka. I
love Sokka and his puns, man. Like, I was gonna make a pun.
He was giving some jokes.
No, the most important part of him is that he was misogynistic.
It's true. That's true. That's it. That's all he has.
Later is because of his journey.
It's his entire character.
Yeah.
Like,
he's not supposed to be likable in the beginning. I'm not supposed to like him in the beginning.
But they did also improve some characters. like Katara?
No.
No. Yes.
No.
Here we go.
Oh my goodness.
This is a very, I have a strong opinion on this, but like,
Katara
go ahead.
was so much less whiny in this show.
Katara didn't even speak. Katara didn't even speak.
Way stronger.
Katara, no, she was not. Unfortunately, her development, her waterbending development, where was it? Because I did not see it. I did not.
Yeah, but they didn't show any development for any bender.
But that's the problem.
That is a different problem. That is a different problem.
Yeah.
But I found her way less whiny in this.
To be fair, her whininess is part of her development too.
No,
because and also
never ends.
what I love about Avatar is
no, her whininess never ends in the animated.
Okay, but what I love about Avatar is the way they're all like they're mirrors for each other, right? So her whininess is a mirror to maybe Toph's more. Anyways, but that's a
and it's
sign.
really uncomfortable, like especially if he's still new-ish into the industry.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot to throw at.
Well, hopefully in season 2 they take these notes and they have.
No, they're Netflix.
Yeah.
They don't give a.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Wait, hey, get your token.
Alright, last year, timing you guys.
Okay, I didn't like this change of the live action. You know, in the cartoon, you tell a 10-year-old, hey, you're gonna be the next Avatar, and you're probably gonna be saving the entire world in the future. And like in the cartoon, he runs away because he's like distraught as fuck, and like
right, language, family friendly.
And they didn't.
He was very distraught, and like he runs away because he was distraught that he was gonna. I don't want to be the Avatar. I just want to be a kid. Like I'm a 10-year-old. Like I just want to have fun. And the live action, they didn't do that. They just told him, hey, you're the Avatar, and he went off and off. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna think about it.
Yeah, that was integral. They really. I'm like, no.
What?
He came back and went back.
Yeah, he's like, oh my gosh, they're dead.
Yeah, he's just a good
I'm from the community. I'm sorry.
No, I don't watch TV. It's just I want to see it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, you came up to the mic. Oh. That's our guy, by the way, the one we asked to speak, the positivity one.
I misunderstood when I was raising my hand.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't actually like the show that much.
Oh.
There were speak your truth. But there were one or two things I will say positive about the show.
Yeah, I know we gotta wrap it up.
To see more of Monk Gyatso.
I'll make mine quick.
I did see some of the later episodes other than episode 1. And I think episode 3 and 4, the idea of combining those two plots was interesting.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Great.
Thanks for sharing.
Hey, so I'm a really big fan of Avatar, but I haven't seen the show yet. But the main thing I just wanted to point out was the outfits. I've seen pictures of the outfits, and I think it kind of makes them look cheap the way they're like, not dirty or anything.
Yeah, that's ironic.
The fact that Sokka and Katara were like out in the wilderness for a couple days, you know, and Aang was been in the iceberg. I just think they should have like made the outfits a little more realistic.
Yeah. They look like they're really wearing really nice cosplays.
And it's really important, especially because a lot of the costumes or like the fashion is supposed to be based off of a lot of cultural stuff, which would be really cool to see.
All right, on to the next thing. Okay, so how many people here how many people have finished Avatar, like the show, completely finished it? Okay, has anyone read the comics? Okay, some of it. Has anyone read the books? Okay. Has anyone? I'm just
Sorry.
Whoa.
Y'all know what happened to Zuko's mom, though, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. Has anyone? So I'm gonna go even more rabbit hole. Has anyone listened to the Braving the Elements podcast? Okay. And what else do I want to mention? Nope, that's it. Oh, careful. My goodness. All right, so what I'm going to talk about is basically for those who have not read the comics or the books or don't even know that they even exist. I'm just going to mention what's new this past year and what's coming out for the books if you're interested. Also, FYI, there's an Indigo booth downstairs that I was giving out, I believe, 25% off discounts that you can use to purchase these books after I mention them, okay? So, okay, so first things first, recently on August 20th, that was how many days ago? 3 days ago? The Reckoning of Roku. Well, actually, I think that was a bit earlier than that. This date might be wrong. Anyways, The Reckoning of Roku came out, which is part of a larger series of books, including, like, if you don't know, there's actual novels of Kyoshi. There's a Kyoshi novel series. Like, you can actually read a front to cover fantasy book about Kyoshi, and that's at your local Indigo. Man, this is not sponsored by Indigo, by the way, but. And then there's also a novel series about Yang Chen, which is, again, all these stories give you the background of the avatars that came before Aang. So if you want more of the Avatar universe and you want to learn about who these characters are and how it ties to the bigger story, like, these books exist. And then Roku just came out, and you can listen to it on Audible. And then we got comics. So the comics, most of you seem to know the comics, but there are some new ones. There's one with Iroh, our favorite, Uncle Iroh. Who loves Uncle Iroh? Everyone loves Uncle Iroh. Give it up for Uncle Iroh! We have Uncle Iroh, and we have June, the bounty hunter. You remember June? You know, the one who always poked fun at Zuko and was like, hey, is that your girlfriend? You know? Not gonna mention the ship, but anyways. So yeah, August 6th, 2024, The Bounty Hunter and the Tea Brewer recently came out, and it's about how they cross paths again and what happens. And then last year, we had Azula get her own comic book called Azula and the Spirit Temple, and that basically is about Azula's redemption story. You know, what happened to Azula after Avatar? Don't you want to know? Did she just go mentally insane and just, like, that was it? That was the end? No, she gets a redemption arc. So you should totally read that. And then coming out next year, we have Mystery of, okay, I don't know how to pronounce this. Thank you. Boleyn. Yeah, Mystery of Penkin Island, featuring Mako and Bowen. Oh yeah, and Pabu. So we're gonna have that, and that's going to be a mystery case. So that's coming out February 26, 2025. And finally, for all the parents in the house, teachers, or anyone who just loves children's picture books, there have been, in the past year, new books by the Little Golden Books series that basically are for young children about Aang, Katara, Zuko, just teaching them about who these characters are. And also I discovered recently that there was a really beautiful picture book released, and I think it's on Amazon, called Heart of a Hero. And it's a gorgeous, stunning picture book about the entire Avatar The Last Airbender. Like, I think it's just the first season. But yeah, highly recommend it if you love picture books and you're a teacher or you have kids, because yeah, they're really nice. And then Braving the Elements. Okay, I noticed not a lot of people have listened to it. Have you heard of it? Yes? Most people have heard of Braving the Elements? No, okay. Braving the Elements is a podcast on Spotify, on anywhere, okay? On YouTube. And it's hosted by the voice of Zuko, Dante Bosco. Yes, you better listen to it. I'm telling you, get on it. It's so good. And hosted by the voice of Korra, Janet Varney. So those two are co-hosting, and they're bringing on the creators of Avatar. We got Bryke on the podcast. We've got the writers on the podcast. We've got the background artists. We've got Ty Lee, May, all the voice actors on the podcast talking about every episode of Avatar in detail. And right now they're currently on season 3 on Fire, and they're wrapping it up. So if you haven't yet, go listen to book 1, book 2, book 3. I promise you, it is, if you're a big fan of Avatar, you're going to eat it up. Like, it's gonna be fresh content. It's gonna, like, give you so much trivia knowledge, like, it will blow your mind. It's so good, I promise you. And then they're working on the next one, I believe, which is gonna be a whole run through Korra. So if you haven't seen Korra in a while and you want a recap of it, stay tuned for the next version of the podcast coming out, I think, next year. And then, very briefly, going to talk about the new Avatar Studios movie. Has anyone heard about that? No? Oh my gosh, people haven't heard. Okay, this is great. I feel really happy about this. Yes, okay. If you didn't know, Avatar is so huge now that they have expanded into their own production company. And we have a company, now it's called Avatar Studios. So that means it's just content created for Avatar. So if you loved Avatar: The Last Airbender, you love Legend of Korra, obviously the popularity of these shows has produced a lot of money, which means there's going to be more shows coming out. We got movies coming out, we got new TV shows coming out, and they've been working and producing this for years now. And the first one is scheduled to come out in 2026. And that is going to be about what happens after Avatar with the gang all grown up as adults. So yeah, I think, in my heart, I feel like that's gonna be released in a theater. I'm hoping it's gonna be released in theaters, and then we could all like go there and dress up and like go see it in like Cineplex. That'd be amazing. I'm excited for that day. But I guess what I wanted to just briefly mention and get people just to share their points on is what type of things you think they're going to talk about in the upcoming movie and in any upcoming series with the Avatar Studios production. Does anyone have any plot bunnies in their head? Okay, come on, come up.
Come on up.
You good? You good? You good? Okay.
So.
Well, I know.
That is, you look gorgeous. Beautiful. Yeah, give it a spin, give it a spin, give it a spin.
Look at her posture, very demure.
Very demure, very mindful.
That was great, guys. Maika's great now.
Okay, so I'm personally hoping we get a slight expansion on Sokka and Suki and what happened to them, because we know that in Korra, I don't think Suki, I don't think she's mentioned in Korra, and I would like to know what happens to them. Yeah.
Yep. I agree. Thanks for sharing. Hey, again.
I'm kind of hoping that they're gonna like appreciation. I'm kind of hoping that they're gonna explore sort of the political impact of taking some of the land from the Earth Kingdom to sort of create this United Republic.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because that's an issue that we see in the Legend of Korra.
Yep.
And very topical. I think I don't know. I'm interested to see how they're going to handle that.
Yeah.
Because I think that they generally kind of handle these topics in a like fairly balanced way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm excited for. And yeah, whatever happened to Sokka and Suki, honestly, because apparently Suki like died a young death is what Bryce said.
Whoa! Yeah. I did not know that, and now my day is ruined.
I'm so sorry.
What happened?
That's what Frank said.
It was like
maybe.
Rumors, guys.
I don't remember that one confirmed.
But it was
okay.
Okay, take a breath. I'm sorry. I will Google it.
Okay.
But I mean, I just want to know what happened to the bunny.
And if it happened, she didn't kill her.
And
she's my favorite character in the whole show. Anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I really want to know what happens to Sokka, like in general, like his and also Toph, like. What happens? You know, she I don't know, things happen because where she is from Avatar to Korra, things have happened.
I want to know so much more about how Katara and Aang's kids grew up.
Okay. Okay, you guys join in on that.
You can come through if you want.
Yeah, come on.
I just want to know like the birth order and how they were as like young kids and like how they learned their bending and how Boomy felt left out not being a bender. That's I mean.
Yeah, like how Tenzin was apparently the favorite and everything. I really wanted to like see how that went through like unintentionally with Aang, because I feel like it was an intentional thing, but he never knew how to parent. So I want to see his parenting style compared to Katara's and like all the mishaps that they come up with raising kids. Pretty much it.
I know. Okay. Sorry. We're gonna just do a speed 30-second round. Okay.
I want to know who Toph's baby daddy is.
Yeah. Same. All right, Bolin.
That is plural.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, Tenzin and like Kaya and Boomy, I want to know like so much more about them, because they kind of, I feel like we don't get to know much about Kaya and Boomy, considering the fact that they were forgotten by Tenzin. Mm-hmm. You do see a little bit of it in the comics, but not a lot of it. A lot of it, I just want to see the like connection between like Zuko, like how he was in his adult all the way to like his 80s.
Yeah.
A lot of the characters just like how they grew up.